evening and welcome to News Geelong this Wednesday evening of October 19, 2010. We encourage men to take a stand and say that violence in any form is never acceptable, as Andrea Cozza reports.
White Ribbon Challenge started in Canada in 1991 and the City of Greater Geelong has now taken on this challenge. And News Geelong spoke to Phil Cleary and Mayor John Mitchell. Phil, as a well-known campaigner for prevention of violence against women, what's the main message you'd like to get across at today's event, the White Ribbon Challenge?
Look, I think you have to tell a group of people that violence against women is a dark story. I would go as far as to say it's a national scandal in terms of the way the courts sometimes or often deal with it. So you have to confront the dark side of the story and then move to the brighter side, and that is that in the past 20 years I think our understanding of family violence has improved immeasurably, and I think men understand better now their responsibilities than they did 20 years ago, for example.
Well, White Ribbon Day, 25th of November every year, which started in Canada in 1991, and it's the challenge is to, violence against women is not, violence against anyone for that matter, but violence against women especially is not something that, we should tolerate. What we're trying to do is highlight the fact that, there's a number of injuries and deaths caused by domestic violence and violence against women. So it's something that, we probably all should work very, very hard at trying to get rid of. And it's about education, it's about behavioural change, it's about a number of things that, try and curb a problem that we do have throughout Australia, I suppose. Be aware, to respect women. Look, and it's very, very difficult, this is only my own thoughts, but, it's very difficult to respect anyone if you don't respect yourself.
Andrea Cozza, the News Geelong at City Hall.
Thank you very much, Andrea. And remember your white ribbon or wristband in the effort to publicly say no to violence against women and girls. Not violent, not silent. Ovarian cancer claims one Australian woman every 10 hours. Now in its fourth year, Frocktober challenges girls, women and yes, interested men to don a frock for a day, a week or longer and get sponsored for it as an innovative way of supporting the Ovarian Cancer Research Foundation, as Debbie Meaney reports.
If you're looking for an excuse to frock up, then Frocktober is for you. Combining fashion, fun and fundraising for ovarian cancer research, I caught up with Lisa Mounsey and Megan Gastalden to tell us about the event. So Lisa, tell me about this wonderful event.
Well, Frocktober is something that we started in 2007 as a group of friends raising funds and awareness for ovarian cancer research. And so the idea is that people get dressed up in a frock, either for a day or a week or even the whole month of October, and encourage their friends and family to sponsor them and thereby, I suppose, increasing the word going around about this cause. So it's a good fun event.
So Megan, you're frocked up, you're a frockette, you've got some sponsorship?
I do, just friends and family, whoever wants to sponsor me. I just go around asking for sponsorship and hopefully I wear a dress every day and for the whole month and try and raise awareness for ovarian cancer via frocks and dresses and things like that.
And there's a website if people want to get on board?
Yeah, the website is frocktober.org. So we run that, and on the website you'll find all of our events and also a chance to buy tickets or donate as well.
And men get involved too, is that right?
It's actually one of the biggest fundraising opportunities is to have a man in a frock. So we've had a few situations, certainly our friends, and even a few, I suppose, local Geelong identities who have agreed to get dressed up in frocks in the past, and people like to get on board that sort of thing. So yeah, it's a bit of fun.
This is Debbie Meaney at the Waterfront for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. And yes, News Geelong, we're looking forward to our dearly beloved Cogsy, our teleprompter extraordinaire in Frocktober, to raise funds for ovarian research cancer. An exhibition of late 19th century racing photographs acquired by the Geelong Gallery is currently on exhibition as part of the Spring Racing Carnival. Part of the collection records two significant wins in the brief racing career of the celebrated steeplechaser Damio, considered one of the great jump horses in Australian history, as Ian Nichols reports.
At the Geelong Art Gallery we have this beautifully mounted gold cup. It's the Geelong Cup of 1890. Edward Fisher was the silversmith. He came from Vienna to Geelong, where he made 15 Geelong Cups. But this is a great example, the 1890 Gold Cup. A little bit different to this year's Gold Cup for Geelong, but you can see it on display at the gallery until December 5, along with an incredible photographic exhibition by Frederick E. Murphy, and we suggest you do that because it is one of the finest exhibitions we've had here in a long time, particularly if you're into racing. And with that in mind, we thought we'd get more details from the curator of the Geelong Art Gallery, Lisa Sullivan. Well, it's very appropriate, Lisa, that we do have a racing exhibition during the Spring Carnival, of course, the Melbourne Cup being the highlight, but here in Geelong we love our racing, and the Geelong Gallery has all these what would you call them, photographs that have been coloured beautifully by a man called Frederick Murphy.
That's right, they're hand-coloured photographs taken by Frederick E. Murphy. I'm not exactly sure whether he was the person who hand-painted them. We don't know a lot of information about the artist, unfortunately, but they're a beautiful series of photographs from the Geelong Gallery collection. They actually depict a horse called Daimio, which was owned by Oswald and Richard Gibson. And Daimio was one of the best steeplechasers of his time, and he actually won two significant races, the 1894 and the 1895 VRC Grand National Steeplechase, and then he went on to win the Caulfield National Steeplechase as well in 1895. So it's possible that these works were actually commissioned by Oswald Gibson, who indeed was a donor to the collection in 1932. So he donated this range of works, or they came after his death, unfortunately, but these works came into the collection in 1932. Frederick Murphy, what we do know about him is that he was a commercial photographer who brought to Australia a German camera that had a higher shutter speed, which enabled him to actually photograph these fast racing horses.
And we've got them here till the 5th of December.
That's correct, right through the racing season. And we also have on display at the moment the 1890 Geelong Gold Cup that, of course, was made by Edward Fisher.
At the Geelong Art Gallery, celebrating the racing season, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Ian. This is News Geelong as we go to a break and return with more news after this.